5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. OG's turn to ban. Dire team ban. OG's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we are, game number 2 now, this best of 5. We got a 1-0 lead, of course, for OG over Mad Lads. Pretty solid game performance.
5 seconds remaining.
Overall, Mad Lads definitely showing signs of life, and we'll respond here in 2. This is the MDL European Finals coverage, a chance to go to the major on the line here. That's what we're playing for in this best of 5. I am Breaky CPK, and now going to be joined by a co-caster, thankfully. Going to be joined by, you used to know maybe as Melons, now known as Kyle. How's it going, man? Happy to be here.
Me too, man. Me too. It's going good. You know, it's just a regular Sunday, nothing out of the ordinary. Just enjoying myself, about to cast some Dota.
That's good. That's good. No, happy to have you on, and you know, it's been a while since we've gotten a chance to cast together, so this should be fun here. We got a good series here to cast.
It's crazy. I was having a conversation the other day about just how long, I've been doing this. But if you remember, I think it was Hontor Finals. I don't know. There was one that I played it a couple, then went to cast one, and that one was still like 5 years ago. Does that scare the shit out of you, or what?
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I know. I think about it all the time. Here I am, 30 years old. I got a kid now. You know, I'm 31 years old. You damn it.
Don't worry about it, man. Just keep watching Dota, you know, and distract yourself.
Exactly.
I watched that first game, and something I wanted to preview the rest of the series with was, I felt the big turning point in that game was when OG secured Roche. I thought it was about the time where Mad Lads could really search for the fight that would give them a winning advantage in the game. And as soon as OG gets that Roche, the game's going to be extended for another 5 minutes plus. Enigma's Midas continues to just churn gold, and eventually they're going to get to a point where I think their team fight just kind of crushes the Mad Lads lineup. And it did.
And that it basically did. You were right. So here we are, game number 2. The draft, of course, underway. And a different start to this draft. We have Mad Lads, the first Bane, going into so far a Tusk, and now the Death Prophet once again. The Jerax Tusk, we're going to see this. What do you think of this open?
I'm a fan. I think DP is really... I don't want to say underrated because it's not anymore, but VGJ Thunder really proved how effective that can be because they're willing to play it in 3 lanes. If you look at the top cores in this meta, I think a big thing is that they can almost always be played in every lane, specifically Tiny, Gyrocopter, Death Prophet, and Omni Knight. Then there's other heroes like Enchantress, which become very strong because they can be played as either supports or cores. So even though you early pick them, it doesn't really give anything away in your draft.
Ancient Apparition. Interesting. That's quite the support duo. I'm gonna assume that's a support AA and or Bane for that matter. That's
I am not a huge fan of opening 2 supports, especially when they're both, I don't know how to put it, they're just kind of the same heroes, you know, they just pick 2 5s as their opener. They have no ability now to edit their composition whatsoever, and a Furion pick from OG would just, I feel like, run them over. Like right now, if OG just increases the tempo before these these supports aren't really useful until 6 if they have to play against minion heroes. And I think really a Furion. I see a Furion Tusk just kind of running rampant over these 2 supports.
So it sounds like the idea, because the Furion would be so good, is just simply because they're more single target focused, where those minions especially would just.
Yeah, I think a Visage could do the same, but I would 100% expect OG to go in one of those directions. And it also fits their composition where they already have a DP. I think AA is like the de facto support counter to Death Prophet, but I just really don't like it when you first pick a Bane. There's no real synergy between these 2 heroes, and they're very good in lane, of course. So if they have an idea behind this draft, it could be fine, but we'll see. I like OGs though.
you'd hope they have an idea, but it is a unique opening to say the least. And again, at least I'm not saying that we're going to see this, but when you do have such an opening of these potentially 2-5 supports, I mean, we've seen the occasional core ancient apparition. Like, is that of any potential, or do you just feel like this is the dual support question?
I mean, they could put like AA mid, but that would be very weird.
Simple result right there. OG Lifestealer. Lena, actually. We saw, God, who was it that played Lena? Oh, that's right. It was all three. You know, I'm thinking about it. Mad Lads, literally all 3 games yesterday against Singularity in the semifinals. They played Lena all 3 games, and that kind of came out of nowhere, it felt like. Ultimately, a winning effort, of course. They won that series 2-1, but yeah, Lena mid, what do you think of that?
I think it really depends on the player. I think mid is a interesting role right now where you can kind of just play what you feel. I'm getting some complaints about my mic, so I was a little distracted. I'm trying to fix it. I'm not quite sure what to do.
It's a little bit, almost as if like a little close to you. So
okay, it's probably. Is it better now?
It sounds fairly good now. Yeah.
I don't feel like you're lying. Are you sure about that? It's marginally better.
It's marginally. It's like a little bit fuzzy. The occasional pops coming out, but again, I don't know if it's like just a matter of moving the mic.
Okay, well, let me know how it goes. Oh, wait, it could also be because my chair's on the court, and that would explain it. If it doesn't get better, let me know, and I can like stuff. But
it actually sounds better now. So something you did right there.
Yeah, my chair may or may not have been on top of the court, but you know, let's focus on the game at hand.
Yeah, well, about that. We had a Brewmaster ban. It was Oracle.
I like it. I think Brew is one of the better heroes to match up against AA Bane, because you just AA's big thing is like just burst damage, and Brew obviously just splits, identifies him, kills him, tosses up the Bane. Like you can AoE dispel the what's it called, the chilling touch charges from the entire enemy team, and it just fits the OG style, like S4 Brew is legend, and then also, of course, the team fight. Like, they just never win a team
fight. Thinking about, I mean, you figure they still need a support, of course. I know that he's been playing some Witch Doctor recently quite a bit. Be a candidate, perhaps. As another support that maybe comes to mind, Disruptor. Ooh. Okay. Our first Dark Willow of the event. Finally, we get a Sphere.
I've actually, where was it? I think, was it EG? Yeah, EG just used it against BGJ earlier. I think it was mostly to match up against Terrorblade. I expect it to be the 4. I think that's the role that's best suited for Willow right now. I truthfully don't understand the hero that well at the moment. So, he just does a lot of damage, and it's really, really annoying to play again. That's my summary.
Well, I mean, this is in the first game I get to cast with her as well, so it's going to be a new experience for both of us, even. I know that she's made... You know, she's dabbled here and there from the Captain's Draft tournament itself to being entered in.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back, 'cause I think my mic is worse than you're letting on. Let me try and run some tests real quick, and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Look at what you did, guys. You made it feel bad now. I thought it was fun. Viper coming out as the 3rd pick for Mad Lads. Well, that's going to be their mid matchup, most likely. Death Prophet. Yeah, again, though, on a real note, I have not casted a Dark Willow game before, so really intrigued to see how she does. I know that she's been dabbling a little bit and from position 5 support to... in fact, I want to say OG played it a couple times in the Captain's Draft tournament. I believe I remember Fly playing it for them. But there's even potentially the off-lane Dark Willow in some matchups as well, so I guess that's definitely not out of the question. Possibly here, but we'll see. We'll see where they match up with it. 4th pick now for OG. Settle for a Lycan. Okay, Lycan pick coming out. Again, this is game 2 of a best of 5, and OG's up 1-0, so it's also the mentality, the idea perhaps that a little more willing to try some different stuff. But they go Lycan, run at you hero, the run at you expert. Bane feels like could potentially be a little bit annoying. Overall, his army, you know, it goes back to the idea that they're very single target heavy. You know, Kyle was mentioning there, Nature's Prophet potentially being good for the reason of all the minions and everything, and no different here. Helm of the Dominator, liking those wolves, the Necronomicon. It's gonna be a lot of creatures running at you.
Yep, and that's I'm back by the way. It was literally just because my chair was on top of the court. So that's the solution. They pick Lycan. I think Fury and Visage, Lycan, they all kind of fit the same composition, but it's just what you want when you look at the first 3 picks from Mad Lads. It's a really good Bat Rider game, so I like the pick. But you need Bat to sort of snowball the game, and I don't like when he's forced to play without like a natural partner in the game. Like neither AA nor Bane really wants to play with Bat from the start of the game, and obviously you can utilize like the global factor of the AA, but you really want this like roaming hero with the stun to play with your Bat in the laning phase and sort of run over this Lycan.
You need a traditional force support. That kind of goes back to the idea of having the Bane Ancient Apparition cast. They don't have that, or a Spirit, or Assassin, or what. I'm going to be curious to see how they make that work. You figure their final pick is going to be setting up to be a safe laner. Phantom Lancer was banned already, so that's not going to be safe laner that comes to mind. It feels like, I mean, this is a 4-range lineup, maybe, so something like maybe Juggernaut is always a solid pick, I feel like, but
I think you want like a CK. If there were a Brood game, I like Brood here too. You really need something that if you look at the draft, like they need another frontliner, preferably something with a stun, because both AA and Bane and Bat, like they're what I would call like they utilize vision, and they utilize these heroes that sort of go in and make things happen in the game, and they need something to do that, something to give these heroes like an area to play around. Like you need to. There's the Brood band themselves. Interesting.
So, well, that means they're not going it, obviously, but also wanted to take it away from OG potentially.
I mean, if they maybe they'll pick like a Bristleback or something, but otherwise, I think it's like a CK. They could Weaver. They could just Terrorblade. No, Terrorblade's first three. Just kidding. Sven, maybe. I don't know. They have a lot of options, I think, but I feel like OG's draft template is just easier to execute. But if Mad Lads just kind of run over the lanes, I think they can take the game pretty easily.
Huh. We're tiny in the end.
My thing with that is why not just pick that earlier? That's my only thing about taking Tiny there. Is it's a great hero, but you know it gets first picked in a lot of games. It can be played in every lane. Fnatic plays it as support occasionally. I feel like you just kind of squander your last pick when you pick something that's already so meta comfortable, and also the matchups in this game, like DP Tusk or like Go-To, like that's an opener I've seen used against the first pick Tiny. Because the Tusk has disables that aren't affected by the static resist, and then DP's is like a max HP drain that also isn't affected. So, an interesting choice.
That way, Abaddon pick. Unique heroes. I mean, Abaddon, of course, not crazy, but I'm speaking for this event specifically. I've been casting over the last 5 days. We have not seen Dark Will, I've not seen Abaddon really at all. So,
yep, it's a very strong hero. This game, you can remove the grip, the lasso, and the cold feet from AA. You also are like I would say one of the best matchups to lane against Bat Rider. So I'd expect to see some musical chairs here. You're gonna have OG like desperately trying to put this Abaddon against the Bat and have the Lycan lane just against the Tiny, but it's really just this laning phase, because if OG gets run over in lanes, they might lose this game. But otherwise, I feel like if they get one Roche, it's gonna be really easy for them to just kind of walk down a lane and win the game.
So Qualifier is going to be playing the Viper this time. He played that mean Tiny last game. A hell of a job, but ultimately the losing effort. But yeah, he'll be on the Viper. Madara, of course, very worthy for himself. But it goes back to those first 2 picks. That's what really, the overall draft is sounding like from you. And how well is that going to work? Now, knowing the full lineup, do you expect to see like a 2-1-2 setup or something? Or will one of those be perhaps?
I think if you can, you want to give this Viper a head start against DP. I think the DP Viper matchup is really interesting. I've played it a couple times as well, where whichever hero gets ahead, they can get much further ahead very quickly, because neither hero has any real method of coming back into the game. They have to lane for the first 6 to 8 minutes. So if one of them falls behind significantly on the first 2 waves, like that could just be like the end of the game. I remember there was some game we played this matchup, and I think our Viper was like level 7 or 8 against the enemy level 4 Death Prophet, which is just the way this goes if Qualifier gets like that Wraith Band advantage. Keep
an eye on that, the CS early on, and see how the levels continue to look. But Dark Willow in the hands of Fly, sure enough, going to be that position 5 support, and I know, like many out there, are going to be intrigued to see how he does and his impact in the game. Cool. So, he's heading towards the bottom lane to pair up. Abaddon's currently down here. Sides. Musical lanes, as you said, though. Very likely. DP versus Viper, though. That's probably going to be the one that stays.
Like this ward from OG, they're probably going to get a free sentry off on Buryu's ward in a moment.
Oh, because they see him running over here now. Place that or not. Now.
This is the highlight of 5 support's life, by the way. This feels like I'm playing the game right now. You're just watching this Bane. Where, like, you're begging him to ward. He might wait to the minute mark so that he could block the camp for an extra minute, or he might just not place it. Who knows? And the suspense is killing me.
Buryu, keeping us on the edge of our seats here for Mad Lads. He's just going to pick up the Bounty Rune. He'll hold on to the ward for now. He's not going to give away that information.
Also, OG actually read the lanes. They didn't get much information other than seeing that Bane, but they called the swap, and Mad Lads actually swapped with no information. So OG's going to get the lanes they want, and Mad Lads kind of like juked themselves by swapping before they had info. I would have liked to see them run in a little deeper to place wards, but they're probably afraid of a Tusk block. Mid, Qualifier won the block, but other than that, OG has the lane advantage.
Bottom lane, Buryu's in here now, again, still holding on to that ward. That minute mark that you're talking about potentially. There we go. In fact, he places it, and that was a little more sneaky, so stay there for the time being. Madara, some right clicks, though. Dark Willow. I wonder how Dark Willow builds here. As far as what he's going to be getting. Does he get that Cursed Crown? I mean, it's Bramble Maze. You said yourself, I guess you're probably not the most familiar Dark Willow.
Yeah, I was actually about to say Shadow Realm just because it's like easy harass tool, and you don't die to these heroes. Like they're both single target. You just pop it. They're not able to attack you for a few seconds, and it's a lot of damage.
It is. Middle lane, a lot of damage. Jerax is taken. He's already below half life and fall back to the tower. So. Force on either side. Inspiration as well as the Tusk. Oh, but yeah, Abaddon matched up against the Bat Rider. That does feel pretty strong, except for that Aphotic Shield.
I've seen Sumail dumpster this matchup, but it's usually pretty even, I would say. But Abaddon does, with levels, tend to do much better than Bat. Bat has to win the first couple waves hard.
Oh. Wow, and it sounds like neither one of us caught that. I would not have expected that. Koikfa goes down, though. That's Jerax with the shard block into a snowball with Death Prophet assistance. So, first blood in favor of OG. Or wasn't there. Still happened. So, back to Abaddon, though, real quickly. S4 playing it. What kind of Abaddon game do you think this is going to be as far as build goes? Does he go into the Radiance, or is this more of a utility support?
Oh, no, he just needs to keep his team alive. I think it's like a Helm of the Dominator medallion game, something like this. Like, just get your team ahead, pretty much.
That is bottom lane. No Tail's actually being run at here. This could be a kill. Nightmare set up. Dara with that tree. Yep, couple of hits, throws the log, and kill on him in the end.
Yep. This is the thing, so if you look at CS, it looks like Mad Lads is winning all the lanes, but this is sort of what they have to do to take this game, because the mid-game like tempo timing of OG's lineup, like they just need one fight. And I look at their lineup and I think if they get that one fight, that one Roche, like they just win the game. Mad Lads needs to make sure that that never ever happens. Yeah, and like if you look mid, you know, this Tusk is going to be a constant threat on the Viper, whereas the Bane AA are kind of forced to just lane. This is the downside of having 2 lane-dominating supports without a natural roamer, because they just don't really accomplish anything outside of sitting in this lane and helping Tiny.
Yeah. Tiny for now is 1 versus 2 in the face, but those supports are nearby, so it's almost like he's trying to bait them out to go aggressive. Supports would be ready to respond, but now they show. And, well, out comes a Chilling Touch, actually. Just so much enhanced damage, especially with hitting Lycan, no doubt, has to respect that, so. Lycan, when it comes to his CS, he's 8-1 right now against a 17-4 Tiny. Understandably, a much better start for the Tiny.
That's what you want, though. Lycan's got 7.4 base regen right now. So he wants to be pressured. He wants these 3 heroes here to just hit him and make his game a little slower. He doesn't care, because this isn't where he's supposed to take over the game. And he's still CSing quite well.
They're diving pretty deep right there, but I guess not really too afraid. The reason, so Death Prophet just like in and look at Abaddon though. He's starting to shoot up that CS chart. Top lane now. He's 96 compared to the 12 and 3 Bat Rider. So going the way of S4 quite a bit.
He has a 20 damage advantage and a Quelling Blade, so it's essentially impossible for KZU to ever deny a creep. And as you can see, S4 can also just walk at him, and there's not much you can do.
So is this a case if you're Mad Lads where do you think about a lane adjustment here? Maybe eventually send Tiny to the top lane, of course, later on, or fine for now? As top lane, Bat Rider. Ancient Apparition's porting in, though, and he'll be fine. Virax, no, he's... But yeah, do you have to make adjustments?
I mean, you can't, though. That's the problem. Like, you need to... Who adjusts? Like, what do the supports do? They can go stand in another lane, but that's the extent of their usefulness. So, like, they force this TP top, and now KZU's going to die anyway. And the AA can't do anything but watch.
He did a good job of that, but off to the side, yeah, unfortunately not much more to be had. And I also saw Dark Willow bottom lane. He was actually zoning out Madara quite a bit, and got him to about 15% life or so. Went out of that Shadow Realm. You talked about the damage of it, so. And they're going to go here with the Cursed Crown. No, Madara will just block it off. They'll be fine with that Shadow Realm auto attack. I mean, look at that. That's a freaking 5 support, dropping him like 20% life. Hit. Ridiculous.
For 80 mana. Like 260 damage on the ability. You include the auto attack, which you should because it's 600 extra range away.
Middle lane, who's sitting here? That's Bane. He's being pretty patient, but again, don't really know exactly what's going to be accomplished with that. Instead, they head back to the bottom lane, but yeah, you're right, Kyle. You can definitely tell the supports, especially.
There's walking in circles.
Side. Yeah. Not sure where to be.
Feels bad, man. Like, Burry's just like, alright, well, I'm done with this side of the river. Let me go check the other side. You know, it's like he's on vacation in Cabo or something. Not Cabo, Puerto Rico or something.
Well, Cinderin found a place. Bottom lane to kill Lycan. Lycan was a little too far up. Back over here, though. Bane trying to deal with this Spirit Siphon, and the Brain Sample helped him do so. He's going to be fine for now, and Mad's going really deep, but Abaddon's here as well. He is level 6, by the way. No borrow time just yet. That hasn't leveled it up just yet, as the Aphotic Shield. Death Prophet pulls him out of the lasso. Jerax gonna turn around with a snowball, go back on a Quake, but Mad is healing up with a Spirit Siphon, barely alive for the time being. Another Aphotic Shield comes out. Down goes Tusk, though, as he went in. Can they keep Death Prophet alive? It looks like it's a very close back and forth there.
I like their movement, though. They put No-Tail up top now, which is the ideal place for Lycan. This is arguably the most valuable tower to kill outside of the mid tower. And as soon as he kills this tower, Lycan's going to want to just play this area for the entire game. So if they move him up here, he's almost 6. And they force all these rotations, no lasso. So now they just come up here with both supports and play back lane.
Speaking of Lycan, he's going the Rio 2 build. No Hal just yet, and as I say that, he's... No lasso, but the Firefly's still doing plenty of damage. Snowball on KZU, but I don't think Lycan's getting out of this. Especially with Cinder and Bean here, so... Oh, Bramble Maze? Is that going to save him? No-Tail in the trees. He does not have a TP, though, so best case, he just delays this, it feels like. Yeah. I'm down. Shadow Realm, Cursed Crown. That's going to be a kill on KZU, though, so at least they turn it, and they see Dark Willow coming in. Make that happen. Do you like the adjustment, but the big picture, Lycan still goes down, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, probably could have avoided that. Like, I think they had vision of the tower. Like, the bat just kind of ran over and killed him. They had a ward as well. They just didn't back out in time. It's a good TP for Cinderin. But I'm just... The thing is, like, this is kind of what they need to continue to do. I think that their advantage right now is not significant enough. And if you look at the Lycan and Abaddon, like, those are the heroes that are going to matter here. You're going to have a Drums. You might go, like, Drums Radiance on Abaddon. But I see this game just going significantly in OG's favor at like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Well, he went Radiance on Puck the other day, so who the hell knows?
I did not see that, but I would have changed my guess on his item build had I known that.
Yeah, he's done some yellow stuff recently. Death Prophet lasso in, he has the Exorcism out. This could be a big kill on him. If they manage to take him out, the damage, it looks like it is going to be too intense. He falls, and they want more even. Fly, he should be fine. Tusk, the TP stopper, they do not have it.
Bottom lane, though. Die from Abaddon. S4 might get him. He's Quelling Blading. Will he get it? Oh, he didn't have vision for the shield proc.
No. Living. And now Madara's like, I want to kill him. Toss in, no borrowed time, but not going to be enough.
Yep. A lot of people may not know this, but if you don't have vision when your shield pops, it does not do the damage. Otherwise, that would have been a kill for sure.
I'm gonna admit it. I did not know that. So when you even said that we saw the explosion, I thought for sure that was gonna kill him. But you're right. That's no vision, no kill. Well played. Duking enough.
If you look at the vision also from OG real quick, it's really nice. They have total control of this dire jungle. So they see these supports, they see the bat, and they can just play around their movement. In the meantime, Lycan's just farming jungle, and they maintain a presence in all 3 lanes anyway. Obviously not bottom, but the bat will probably just keep it back down in a second.
For now, it's just Bane and Tiny. Tiny, Soul Ring early on. He's going to finish Power Tress, and he's going to go the Blink. We saw Qualifier again playing the last game. He went the early Shadow Blade. It seems like this is almost like a preference thing from player to player. Or what initiation until you get first. Blink, but Keizu, by the way, the nice shard block initially. They want to go further. Snowball in with S4. Already using that Mist Coil level 2. Aquatic Shield level 4 applied. That explodes with sight. That should be a kill. Looks like it's going to be the case. And yes, the auto attack to finish the job. And now Cinderin. He has to be careful. The shard block on him with the Cursed Crown. Cinderin, no doubt, going to be dying right here. Fly credit for the kill on him. They're diving to second tier tower easily. Back to the middle lane though. Spirit siphons up from Mad on Buryu. He's trying to live against this Viper Strike of Quake-Bub. Gonna be surviving for now because of the snowball in. Buryu getting low as well. They do kill Mad. They're gonna kill Buryu in return. The Orb of Venom. You know it's not gonna tick him down.
Dire's top tower.
I'd like to see DP like get out of this lane. I think Viper, Timbersaw, all these really annoying tanky heroes, you kind of just want to play away from them, and you don't really want to just TP in to their face and fight them because you just want to run away. Viper has to sit in this lane and just hit heroes. Like he just stays and hits whatever's in front of him. So make sure that's not a hero.
Meanwhile, Jerax found himself a little too deep in the jungle.
They get top tower in the meantime though.
Bottom tower, taking some pressure, but now Death Prophet's down here. You mentioned to move a little bit, so
he wants to play against Tiny, not the Viper. Viper, you just let a support just sit there, leech XP, like just don't mess with them. But this Tiny is weak and can be pressured, even though DP is like 1k network behind.
Yeah. Middle lane, the Bramble Maze connects on a Quake, but they're just gonna right click him down, like an expert at that, of course, in the shapeshift form. So good Bramble Maze.
They can do that every time. Like as soon as they catch somebody alone, they can just run at him. Tusk, Lycan, Abaddon, they commit super hard, and there's no real risk because the turnaround potential for Mad Lads like isn't there. There's no real team fight spell that they fear on OG when they die.
Madara, Avalanche in, hits S4. He has a borrowed time. Remember, Aquatic Shield gonna keep him alive for the time being. It does explode, and there's that borrowed time. They lasso him on in. They want to kill Abaddon after the fact. The Ice Blast going through. S4, another shield though, he's fine for now. Juan, 17 charges. He should be able to survive this.
Oh, he didn't pop.
Not going to be enough damage. He pops a 1, and he's going to heal up, be fine for now. Keizu, the Shadow Realm auto attack, secures a kill on him, and now Madara, he's trapped between the Ice Shards and the Bramble Maze. That is a tough trap to deal with. And now the Curse Crown
goes down though. He's gripped under tower.
He goes down. Bottom lane.
He should not be there, but okay.
Where is this now? Cinderin is actually being run down by Tusk. So yeah, you mentioned Death Prophet dies to the bottom tower during that.
Yeah. Viper just respawned, TP'd in, Bane showed up to cancel the TP with Grip. Otherwise it's a really favorable trade, but it still works out for OG because they're getting a tower. That's the key. They lost the mid tower a little bit ago, but this just helps them set up for more pressure and an eventual Roche with a pickoff next time they make a move with Lycan ult.
Keizu trying to finish this drums for the time being, but speaking of the Lycan ultimate, 35 seconds on that. It has a helm on the Dominator. Taking over that dire jungle.
Holy shit, Fly has a full veil on the courier. He's ahead of the Death Prophet in net worth.
Really? Oh
really?
My God, he is.
I like what Mad chose to do though. When you're behind, you just buy the treads. It's like the most cost-efficient boot, and people just buy phase blindly every game, and it drives me nuts because treads like it's 10 stats for like at one time. Do you know what I mean? It's just such an incredible boost, and obviously you get a 50 damage talent, so you really need attack speed more so than just a bonus 24 from phase. Plus in this game, he's going to die, and running away faster is not going to help. He needs HP.
You're underestimating the laziness of Dota players, right? They have to power tread swap, and then that's a whole nother level.
Man,
so
if you watch the best players tread swap, they don't complain about it. We got a smoke coming. They're gonna go look to connect mid. They might go all the way up top, but if you look at the vision from OG, like they're set up for this, and I feel like they're really strong right now. DP ult's about to come up. Fly is a veil, 4 drains, Lycan ult up. I mean, they might chase the Tusk, but this kill means nothing.
Especially if they go too deep for this.
Yeah.
Spawns can happen.
And they smoke
Ice
away
Blast.
from their push lane.
Ice Blast will hit top lane. Does connect on a no-tail there.
It just doesn't matter though. That's the issue with that mid lane. As soon as that mid lane's pushed by OG, they know they can just run away from it and gather top. And Mad Lads is aware, like, we can't go run into them and fight them here. So they just kind of waste the smoke, which is the right call, but obviously OG is very happy with the free tier 2. And he will be going Radiance on a Abaddon, it appears.
There you go. Answers coming. Viper, by the way, another hero that could definitely change up his build quite a bit. And he's going to go the 4-staff into a Hurricane Pack, eventually back to the top lane. Bane, they're running at him once again. The good old strategy of right-click him down. But no-tail does. Yep. That with the Bramble Maze. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good synergy.
More importantly, they force TPs, and now they run straight at middle. They know that at most this is only a Viper. He'll have to cancel TP, and just like that, they secure top lane all the way to tier 3, force Mad Lads out of the map, and now they can just take total control back. And the map suddenly became this.
Well, Qualifier, he's not out of the woods just yet, literally. He doesn't have a TP, as you mentioned, and now Qualifier just has to keep on running. Jarek's trying to catch him with the Ice Shards. Just out of range, though. Good. But yeah,
really,
the map
really good movement from OG. Yeah, but look at their warding as well. Like, they ditch the area after they scour it completely devoid of resources, and then they just fuck off. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a family-friendly stream?
PG-13, please. Well, we only get one fuck per cast.
Yeah.
But
Whoa!
too,
Joe, you just wasted yours! Oh.
Each of us get one per cast. There you go. They're rotating bottom lane, smoke up, but OG, again, the control, the vision, they're just going to fall back for now. Tusk is probably
Jarek's knows.
this. Oh, Matara knows he's there, though. He just jumps right in with the blink, so Jarek's is going to go down, it looks like.
This is the definition. Oh, double miss!
No way. No way. Another miss.
Nah, he's dead.
Okay,
He's dead.
He's dead.
But that is the definition of a good death. Up top, Abaddon's farming for a Radiance. The bottom lane was pushed by no-tail. They just leave the map. They're going to go push mid, maybe look to connect top. Like, they don't care about this. They're 3k ahead.
They are, and Mad Lads is continuing to try to stretch here to make a kill happen. Again, Batrider. The thing, though, going the drums first, it's understandable, but at the same time, no blink. So no blink, no 4-staff. He can't necessarily just get in there as quickly as possible.
I would have rather seen Tiny go like drums Shadow Blade and the Bat rush a blink instead of the reverse, because Tiny is the hero you actually want to scale, whereas now he just has a blink. And if he can't do stuff with it, that item is effectively 2250 gold that doesn't help him accelerate whatsoever, so...
That actually goes back to the point I brought earlier, yeah, kind of like a player preference, but that's a good analysis on this game. It definitely was Shadow Blade instead.
Yeah, I just don't know who's going to scale. They have a blink on Tiny, a 4-staff on Viper, and OG's draft is going to scale better already, so it really just comes down to Roche. Like, I feel like if OG gets this Roche, I don't know how Mad Lads win.
Well, right now, OG taking over their jungle once again, but yes, some big items coming up. Level 3 Necronomicon on Lycan's just about finished. Big. That Radiance for Abaddon, he has 2800 gold, so he's getting there, and they're going to trap Quake by actually, but there's that 4-staff. Because Shard Bramble Maze, like, this is ridiculous. Getting caught in that. 4-staffs are key here. And they only have the one right now, right? Batrider is going to go blink for dead. I'm sure we're going to see a 4-staff even on him after that.
The problem is just this Abaddon. Like, I neglected to realize, like, Abaddon just makes your hero so annoying to play, because your napalm stacks actually mean nothing. He can remove lasso, and if you do lasso the Abaddon, he can always just ult to break it, and or just wait and then heal up to full by standing in your Firefly.
Bottom tower push, easy control.
They have a ward set up by Jarek's as well. Gonna break smokes just in case. How do you stop this?
You don't, you push other lanes. Team. That's what they're doing.
Oh, they're gonna get Jarek's though.
Oh,
that one.
You find him.
That one's not as good of a death as the one previously, but it's not bad.
Still ultimately buys time for the tier 2 tower to easily go down. Middle lane, Qualifier, he'll have to fall back. It's a little bit of damage. Not much though. Dark Willow, got the Bella Discord working on her own Yules here. This is a farm support.
Yep.
Rider blinks the gold.
Yules on the DP as well. It's really just it's this Radiance and the Roche timing. That's what OG's waiting for.
was going to bring that up earlier. We saw Mad play Death Prophet last game out. He actually didn't even go the Yules last game. He actually went a Solar Crest to a Aeon Disc, as he's kind of doing here. But Abaddon, by the way, top lane, he's fine. He just popped his borrow time right away.
Ooh, 6 show. Yeah, it's a different game. Oh, team fight, maybe.
Nah, Keizu, I don't. This almost seems dangerous for Keizu, honestly. But actually, the top lane there is a fight breaking out. Tusk does go down. Now Death Prophet has to run, so Keizu does kill Fly. So it works out pretty well for Matt so far. 2 for nothing. Oh, Matt turned around. Throws the Yules up. They're running after him, but here we go. No Tails, like, now's my time. Right click's coming. Madara realizing he's running. Quick bus, Spirit Siphon on him. The X-System committed for this as well. OG wants a big fight. They're going to get maybe something out of it. On a Viper, it looks like, off to the side of the left. Cinderin cannot TP out in time, and Viper is run down.
There's no counterplay to that. Like, they just don't have the team fight. I think they need there's some sort of miracle initiation. A buyback on AA, he's going to try and make sure they don't Roche for free here, but it just feels like OG is just, they understand this game, you know, like they've won a bunch of majors. They are not gonna throw. And to go to your point about the item build, the last game was really just a physical damage threat. This one, he just kind of needs a Yules to either just save himself, and then he can go probably like Blink Aeon Disc as he's going now, maybe a BKB, a pipe. Like, he doesn't really fear anything but this the magic damage right now.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to the scaling of especially like a Viper right now, and the Tiny for that matter. Not as threatening, but Tiny does have the Shadow Blade here. He gets both of them. S and Y next.
The thing is, their whole draft relies on burst and this like 5 to 10 second window where they're hoping they can just take out like 3 of OG's heroes, whereas OG's lineup is a lot more about long sustained engagements, and they have the ability to do so because their heroes are so tanky and they have an Abaddon. And they have the Snowball save, they have 2 Yules soon, they have the Will of Shadow Realm. Like, they have so many methods of prolonging engagements that it's going to be really difficult for Mad Lads, I believe. They get the lasso top, though. The Abaddon FTP, no, he might just be dead on no tail.
Oh, shapeshift run, yeah, not going to work.
He's dead.
Do him in, so...
No, Abaddon TP is up in 8 seconds, and maybe he lives there.
Well, he was busy finishing that Radiance. Just got, so... worth the sacrifice, I guess. Top tier 1 is going to fall in favor of Mad Lad. So, you know, it continues to be, you're suggesting, and for good reason, that OG is having a really good game here, but Net Worth suggests that this is a very close game. 1,000, 2,000 maybe at the most. It's been bouncing between that pretty often here.
It's not that close.
It's more than just Net Worth.
Look, I really like to know, even though he's dead, he's scouting with wolves. He's going to land a kill on AA for his trouble. And that actually, this is a guy with no buyback, which means that No Tail's going to respawn, TP to top shrine, and run immediately at Roshan.
There you go. 35 seconds he's dead for. Keizu is in the area of Roshan himself currently. Pick up that invis as over here. Fly. Shadow Realm in 1 second. May need to use it soon. Nope, never mind. They're not even going to go. Okay, well, Shadow Realm TP, that's pretty cool. No Roshan going to be happening, but...
yeah, they don't need to. They only lose the game at Roche right now. I forgot to... I didn't realize, like, Mad Lads, how do they actually do Roche ever? Yeah, you just chill if you're OG, you have a Radiance on Abaddon, he's soon to be top net worth in the game, and your Lycan just crushes every hero in this game. Like, you're the, by far, largest source of both physical and tower damage in the game, and you can just sort of go Roche when it's free, which it might be now. They just saw the AA ult whiff, and now they run right into Roche, so there you go.
Exorcism, is he going to use it for this? Doesn't look like for now, at least. Got Lycan. Can get down with that Radiance. Abaddon now as well, so... meanwhile, bottom tier 2 is going to be pushed in. They might keep this going. They can't stop Roshan, of course. Nope, never mind. He's going to fall back. Aegis, who do you give it to? Death Prophet, Lycan, Abaddon? Okay.
Abaddon, yeah. Lycan and DP are both ult-focused heroes. They're really bad Aegis carriers, whereas now Abaddon can just play super aggressive. His Radiance will cancel Blink on both Bat and Tiny, and DP Lycan can just hit buildings instead.
Alright. Leading the way, tier 2 middle lane, Madara. Nearby with that Shadow Blade active, going to be wearing off in a second though. Distant, so Outer tower is pretty much a lost cause if you're Mad Lads here. The base, though, different story. Want to defend that. Top lane, Keizu thought he had a lasso. He gets lifted up, though, with the Eels, and now Keizu's in trouble. The Bramble Maze, the Cursed Crown. He will fall, and he does have a buyback. No lasso, however. That's going to be key. S4 running after him, and so is Lycan. Cinderen's going to be beat down because of that Madara just avalanche toss combo, but S4 borrowed time. He's not going to heal much from it, though. The tree toss, the Photic Shield will negate that, and he'll survive for now. Remember, he has the Aegis worst case right here. For him, Shapeshift is out the big avalanche initiation. They do kill the Abaddon, but now Madara gets turned out by the snowball. He is dead with no buyback. Bane's locked down in the backgrounds. Just gonna put to sleep on a Death Prophet. Matt just running at the whole team with it. Exorcism still active. Although it is wearing off here now, so no more ultimates for the Radiant side. But they don't have a Tiny. So they're not here. Quake Bump, Curse Crown. Stun's gonna proc in a second. He gets back to the fountain at least. Survive, Buryu, different story. He'll fall. And OG, they might as well go middle lane. Why stop? This potentially is the beginning of, well, I don't want to say the end just yet, but OG, and with that buyback, that actually is going to be a cue to fallback, it looks like. 10 seconds for Tiny to resurrect. S4, again, still has the Aegis. He actually has another borrowed... Oh, no, he did use the Aegis. He does have a borrowed time, though. Pop it right there to run. Keizu, okay, lasso. They want to get this kill. The Ice Blast actually secures it, and they're also going to get the Tusk because of that. So, well, Madeline's making the best of the situation.
Yeah, but
you're not sold on it, though. No-tail?
I think a no-tail it's a little better.
Oh, sleeps the Centaur.
Oh, there. Oh, what a... Ooh, he sleeps so he can't interrupt. What a player. Buryu, Dota.
Yeah, it took a second to register, right? It's like, was that a misclick? Oh, no, that actually makes sense. Well played.
I will say, it's good, but the issue is that what do they get out of it? They get kills, but they traded buybacks for it, and I always feel like a buyback like kind of negates any kill you would earn. So like it's if you buy back, you need one extra kill to pay for it, or some sort of objective. There is no Roche to take. They might get this mid tier 2, but is that enough?
Now, to be fair, there was that buyback change that happened, of course, very recently here, and there wasn't just the support really banging that buyback, so...
You're completely right. I completely forgot about that. Just the fact that you don't get less gold from buying back is like a super significant change, because that's like the main reason you were punished from buybacks previously, because you would buy back, you'd turn around the fight, get a triple kill, but you'd actually feel terrible if the hero that bought back got any of the kills, because you'd have this big number, like you end a streak, oh, you know, Bane got 900 gold, but in reality it was like 350. And you just feel bad. You feel like you let your team down. It's sort of like taking out a payday loan, you know? You know that
initially, and then,
but it's gonna hurt your family in the long run.
Well, that's again not the case anymore. Valve decided that was not you know, something they wanted to push, and they decided to change things up a little bit. Then now no longer get the debuff, and again the supports at least it's even cheaper now. Core is a different story, more expensive, but again you could argue it's not having the debuff is the big. Pushing back, Keizu will reconnect now, and Lycan's still dead for another 13 seconds, so this could very likely be at least a tier 2 tower kill. And Viper right now is actually top net worth in the game after all. Finished. It feels like, again, Mad Lads is doing enough to at least hang in the game, giving themselves an okay chance.
I just don't know what items they're gonna buy that are gonna change the way this. Like, there's a BKB on Death Prophet, a pipe on Lycan. So those are items that change the fights. And right now, Mad Lads have not itemized for team fighting whatsoever. And well, we'll see what happens. Here it comes, I guess. Bramble Maze
put down. That's gonna stop them quite a bit. And actually, the fear on a Tiny on top of that. They do kill Keizu in the midst of it, and another kill on Qualifier very likely going to be happening. Yeah, the OG just clearly showing off their net worth lead there, if anything. Completely jumped Mad Lads off guard. Madara turns and kills Tusk, but probably going to be at a cost for him. Might as well take somebody with him, I guess. But yeah, he goes down 3 for 1.
I cannot stand Sanjin Yasha as an item when you're in a position like this, and both cores purchased one. It's one of those items that is nice to like continue accelerating, like when you're ahead of a game, but when you're behind, like the item doesn't do anything to make your hero stronger. So like Viper there, they initiate on him. This 4,000 gold item like doesn't do anything for him, and honestly, items aren't like the reason they were losing this game. It's mostly draft, but still, I just don't agree. Tiny buys back, he's in.
Yeah, part of the recovery, if anything, but Tiny, buyback, as you mentioned, he has to play safe, though, kind of because of that, because it would be a dieback, obviously. So he backs off quickly. He's already at half-life, though, Buryu got on the ice shards, but OG going for objective gaming right now. And they're going to take out the melee shortly after the range racks, perhaps. But here comes Viper TPing in. Backriders also now. Madara wants to keep them nearby for now. Jarek, Snowball going to keep alive at the time pin. Spirit Siphon again, forced half away from Madara. But that Snowball's going deep. The Walrus Punch to secure the kill. Dieback on the Tiny is official. We see the Terrorize activated as well. Wearing out pretty quickly, though. BKB from Mad. He's backing off. Of course, no Exorcism throughout this. Now, No-Tail is pushing bottom lane during this. There's a Terrorize coming out, actually. Fear them away. Buryu, he's being ran at by that Lycan shapeshift form, and he's dead now for a minute. No buyback. This is probably the beginning of the end now for OG.
Matt will die for the team, but yeah, this is GG.
There's Mega Creeps. And OG looking very good to make it 2-0 here in this best-of-5 series, and there we go. It's official. GG, well played is called. OG, and it's not over yet, but best-of-5. They're up 2-0. Mad Labs will need to win 3 games in a row if they want to go to the major of the MDL. Impressive from OG, though. The way you made it sound like, Kyle.
It's just, honestly, man, from the opener. Like, once you